We here at Bobchat like to think we help shape our nation's youth, but unless you want your children to grow up like us, we suggest only listening with other inebriated adults.
We don't care what we say. You can't censor me. Especially when I had 3 hey y'alls. Try to censor me, bitch.
It's not gonna happen.
It's Bobchat Baby.
And we're just sitting here cranking a few beers, hacking a couple darts, and shooting the shit, you know?
It's another episode of Bob Chat. We're joined by a very special guest today. Somebody that's I've been on his show a few times. He's never been on Bob Chat. We're super excited to have him. The host of the Hard Parking Podcast, Mr. Jhae Pfenning. What's going on?
What's going on, man? You know, with the whole you being on my show twice and me not being on your show once, it's because I have anxiety. Like, it's when I listen to your show first, I'm like, holy shit, man, this sounds like a freaking radio show that I would listen to like on satellite. And this guy is legit. I got to make sure I have my shit together before I come on the show.
Oh, come on.
And you caught me at a good time because usually I'm like, oh shit, Bob Chat's calling Mr. Marshall's on. No, I can't take it, but
I have that effect on people. I'm very intimidating.
you are.
No, come on, you're being modest. So you guys probably know I've talked about being on Jay's show before. You have an awesome show, you do, and you have a very illustrious voice, sir. I could listen to you talk for hours. But actually, you are the first U.S. citizen to be on our show, Jay. How do you feel? Congratulations.
As a U.S. American, I love it.
Yes, you love it. We're bringing America and Canada together once again.
That was
making things happen.
That was my Miss Teen South Carolina callback. Do you remember that? You remember that sketch where they were talking about how Americans don't really know where shit is around the world? And she's like, a U.S. American everywhere such as and the America.
Dude, a lot of Americans, like they say, can't even like pinpoint America on a globe. Like, have you seen that? Have you seen that video? Or is that what you're talking about? That South Carolina lady?
Yeah, she won on this was probably 2013 maybe, and it was for the Miss Teen. She was Miss Teen South Carolina, and I think it's for like a Miss America pageant. And they'd asked her about that question about people not being, and she was rambling off about not having access to maps, and it was
just a total fucking.
It was
wreck.
Terrible, and people killed her for it. I think I cried laughing for months.
Oh, dude, I've watched that multiple times. So you know what? So what I thought would be fun is, because you live in Arizona, correct?
Yes, sir.
I thought we could maybe run through some interesting facts about Arizona, see if you are aware, and see what you think about them.
Sounds good, because I'm like, Jesus, I've lived here for 8 years.
I don't know shit.
And I don't know much.
I don't know shit.
Yeah, I don't know much.
Okay, so did you know that when the original London Bridge was built in 1831, it started sinking into the Thames River as it couldn't support the modern traffic? It was actually taken apart and moved brick by brick to be rebuilt in Lake, now correct me if I'm saying this wrong, Havasu City in Arizona in the 1960s.
So is this one of those things where I could say that's true or that's bullshit?
Sure, go ahead.
Well, I don't know if it's true or not,
you think
but
it's bullshit?
I did not know that Lake Havasu is.
Yeah, it's from.
The Lake Havasu is one of the premier destinations, even for people here. It takes forever to get there, and if you want to camp, you have to sign up like a year in advance. And it's supposedly it's got like the most beautiful waters and beautiful this and beautiful that.
So it's kind of like the bougie campground for the upper echelons of Arizonanites. Is that how you say that? Arizonanites?
I think it's Arizonians. I don't know. Like, how are you, like, bougie, right? So maybe the bougie. It's like, you know how the people who go off road. You may not know this, but like their goal is I'm going to go to Moab in Utah, and I'm going to take my off-road truck, and I'm going to get stuck in the rocks. Like, only the hardcore. So
yeah, I'm gonna climb this cliff face in a Jeep.
Right, exactly. So I think as far as Havasu, people want to go there. It's like a traveler's destination. So from that aspect, you know, if you're like, this is my travel blog, and I'm going to go to Havasu, that's probably the place that people want to go to in Arizona the most, because it's the hardest to get into. That's my guess.
I heard they have the bricks from the original London Bridge.
Yeah, totally.
Oh my God, let's go. So yeah, apparently that's a thing in the 60s. So I and again, you know, maybe you can look into that, see if that's true. Okay, next one. Did you know that Arizona was the first ever state to have a drive-through McDonald's?
I did not know that. What's the reasoning for that? There has to be a reasoning for it.
It doesn't give. I'm on a website called Kedaddle. I don't know. It's. I mean, there's so many fucking websites out there. But apparently, it's saying it opened in 1975. So I don't know what state. I'm trying to remember now what state McDonald's was founded in, because I watched that movie, The Founder, with God damn it, what's his name? Kevin Costner. And have you seen that? Is it
I
Kevin
haven't.
Costner?
There's
He
a few of them,
plays
because
the,
there's what Super Size Me, but I don't know if Super Size Me is the documentary about the Monopoly, like the inside Monopoly.
The one that I'm talking about is actually like a biopic. So it's Michael Keaton. I apologize. Michael Keaton is
different people,
He
dude.
plays. Yes, I know Michael Keaton, and I don't even know who I said now.
Kevin Costner.
But Kevin Costner. Wow. Figure it out, Bob. Jesus, way to come fucking prepared. Yeah, and I like to consider myself to have a plethora of intimate movie knowledge.
Yeah, dude, your show kills it with movies. But yeah, so The Founder,
dude, it's called The Founder, and it looks like Southern California. So it looks like that. I'm trying to see here where it says that they opened up the first McDonald's. It doesn't matter, but basically the first drive-through McDonald's apparently was in Arizona in 1975. People are like, you know what, fuck this. We're tired of getting out our cars, okay? I need that cut. That's probably those bougie motherfuckers. You know, they're stopping at the fucking drive-through McDonald's and they're going up to Lake Havasu.
No, dude. You know how fucking hot it is here in the summer? That's probably what it was. They're like, you know what? If you want to bring a McDonald's here, if you want to make money, we're gonna have to be able to drive up and order that shit. Because it is legit crematoria here during the summer at times.
Well, did you know air conditioning was invented in America?
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Well, you know what, Canada, we got the zipper and the BlackBerry, so suck it.
And Richard Marx.
You're welcome for the zipper. If it wasn't for us, you'd still be buttoning everything, okay? You're welcome.
That's hilarious.
Okay, let's see here. Oh, here's a fun one. Apparently, Arizona has a meteor crater that is one of the best kept in the entire world. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Is that so we have two of them. There's the Monolith Rim, and then between here and New Mexico, there's the giant crater. I think that's the crater, right? That's like the crater that took out the dinosaurs, maybe? That's the theory? Because the thing is huge.
I think, well, we can talk about that in a second, but it's the Barringer meter is what it's called. And apparently it's 1 mile wide and it's 570 feet deep. And it's estimated to have hit the Earth 50,000 years ago. I'm pretty sure with the dinosaurs that they estimated that the meteor struck the ocean, actually, to be honest.
No, man, they were here until about 50,000 years ago. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Yeah, okay. This is the one. I just looked it up. Meteor crater, natural landmark. The Barringer crater. That's the one I'm thinking of. It's like kind of, it's not here. It's probably like a 3-hour drive for me.
Yeah, welcome back to Bob Chat with the host of the Hard Parking Podcast, Jhae Pfenning. Also, Hard Parking podcast host / paleontologist. Welcome back, Jay.
You know, when I was in middle school, I wanted to be like an archaeologist. So it's my fault I whiffed on that one.
That's some cool shit. Now, was that how did that come about? Was that stemmed from like watching Indiana Jones, or was that just like, you know, dinosaurs are cool shit? I want to, you know, how did that come about? What made you want to be an archaeologist?
So one day I was sitting there and I was eating my Cheerios, right, Honey Nut, because that was my favorite. And I don't fucking know how I don't know how that came, dude. Like maybe I used to go camping all the time. You pick up rocks and, you know, scouts and all that shit. And I'm sure it came from that. It's like, oh wow, I want to find igneous rocks and sedimentary rocks and whatever the fuck. But you know, I grew out of that real quick.
Well, I'm pretty sure that actually your national rock is petrified something. I believe I was reading here, but Arizona would be a cool place for that. Yeah, you know what I wanted to be when I was a kid? I wanted to be a garbage man. Dude, you get a pension, okay? You get to hang off the back of a truck. Like, fucking sign me up. Those guys make bank.
No, like, real talk.
They give you
that was a thing.
Yeah,
I remember
right?
people saying, hey, I want to be a trash man. When you get up early, you're done working by like 2 in the afternoon. You get a great pension.
Yeah, exactly. And you get to fucking hang off the back of a truck. You know, what other job do you get to ride on the side of a truck? You know? I can't think of one.
Maybe if you're doing border runs. I'm not saying what that would involve, but if you're doing, you know, southern border runs, you might hang off the back of a truck.
Yeah, or it just reminds me of like the 1940s, hanging off the side of like a 4-door Ford with a Tommy gun. Get in, yeah, crazy. Let's go.
Is that your gangster?
Okay, here's some gangster ass shit, right? Here's another one. You can let me know if this is true or not. Apparently, by law, you are not allowed to refuse anyone a glass of water in Arizona. Is that true?
That's one of those crazy I'm sure it's true. Maybe that sounds like one of those crazy
Yes.
things, like those crazy facts that no one fucking cares about.
Yeah, like those
weird.
crazy old laws. Like it's like a law from, fucking 150 years ago that's just never been abolished or anything. But it makes sense, right? Because, like people are fucking in the desert, hot, whatever, right?
Are we talking? Hold on.
so
So
I
this
can
has
see
to be
that.
like from a business, right? Because if someone knocks on my door and says, "Excuse
Yeah,
me, could I have a glass of water?" I'd be like, "The hose is the spigot is right there, dude."
Yeah, hold on, I'll turn the sprinklers on. I would assume yes, from a business. I would assume so. If the people from cadaddle.com are listening, please reach out to us. Okay, what else do we got? Ooh, apparently, did you know this, Jhae? And I think that you would also you're a very dashing man. I think you'd look nice in this. The official state neckwear of Arizona is a bolo tie. That doesn't surprise me.
It does surprise me a little bit. I can see maybe
you see
New
people
Mexico
with bolo ties?
No, you never see that shit here. Well, you don't see that. So I live in the Phoenix area, so almost nobody's
see,
from here.
I would-
You know what I mean? But maybe down in Tucson or Yuma, which is right by the border, maybe that's why it's the bolo. I wore those when I was a kid. They were in at some point in time, probably in like 88 to 91. I have like years. Like schoolbook. What do they call those? Yearbook pictures. I have like a yearbook picture, at least one where I have a bolo tie on. But that was Texas.
Oh, that's amazing. Can you send that to us?
No, absolutely not.
We'll use that. I'll send you embarrassing photos of me. Come on. I wish I had a bolo tie. Fuck, that'd be amazing. You know what? Honestly, I'm thinking about getting one. This has made me want to go and get a bolo tie.
Dude, real talk. I saw one.
okay.
I saw one recently. I was with my wife. I think we're in the airport, and they have like really big ones. Like I always thought they were like maybe an eighth of an inch
small,
diameter,
right? Yeah.
right. But they had some that looked like they were maybe a quarter inch. I was like, what the hell? What is this?
That's how you assert your dominance in Arizona and in the southern states. The larger the bolo tie and the more gallons your hat is, the people just respect you. Look, oh my god, that guy's got a 10-gallon hat and an oversized bolo tie.
Get you laid every time, bro.
Yeah, you want to get pussy? Just grab a bolo tie and a 10-gallon hat. You're good to go. Okay, they're also saying here, Arizona's unofficial state food is the chimichanga. Apparently, so obviously it's for people that don't know. If you don't know what chimichanga is, you've been living under a rock. It's a deep fried burrito. Well, most people think chimichangas were invented in Mexico. They were actually an Arizona creation. Did you know that?
No, dude, not at all. Like the
We'll get
most
our
chimichangas I've ever eaten is when I lived in Michigan. Interestingly enough, and then we had them. They served them for in school when I grew up in Texas, and like they were in the hot line or the cold line. The cold line served like the same shit every day, even though it's old like hot stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had like the little fried burritos, and those are good, man. Flaky, oily, so good.
Well, and I love Mexican food, and I love spicy stuff, and I mean, you guys have got to have some amazing Mexican style cuisine down there. I mean, you're so close, right? Do you have a favorite Mexican restaurant that you guys go to?
You know, there's a few. For me, there was one that when I first moved here, that was kind of interestingly enough near the hood, and it burned down. Yeah. Well, what's interesting about this place is they would have charter buses to and from Mexico. So you'd see people get off the bus there with their suitcases and stuff. It was like a popular landing destination once guests, tourists from Mexico, get off the bus with all their like legit suitcases, and they would always go to that spot.
Wow.
It was kind of weird, but too bad it burned down. But for years I didn't really have anything. But recently I went to a place called Blanco, like white Blanco.
Yeah.
And there's a few of those here in
Okay.
the valley. Man, those are, dude, fucking delicious. Like Blanco is delicious. So that's my new favorite, I guess nice place, nice Mexican food, because I'm convinced like Vietnamese food, there's a ceiling to tacos and burritos and chimichangas, but they represent the ceiling for sure.
Yeah, don't. Well, a quick interjection. Yeah, the first time, my dad used to work for an import-export company. And they did a lot of, they dealt with a lot of like fruit and vegetables and that kind of thing. So they had facilities, like storage facilities, like in Mexico. So he packed us all up in the van. I was probably about 12 years old at the time. And we drove down through the States, our whole family. Like we went to New Orleans, went to the French Quarter, went to the Kennedy Space Center, all that kind of stuff. And then the one day we had to cross over the border because he had to go to the facility for a meeting and an inspection. So we go to this like huge fucking storage facility for fruit and vegetables and stuff. And dude, they literally, I'm not even kidding, probably like 3 stories tall. These massive doors open up, and I've never seen so many fucking bananas in my life. Like I'm talking like a huge fucking freezer thing just full of bananas. It was crazy. But then after we went to a Mexican restaurant in Mexico because we wanted to get authentic dinner right before we left, and I ended up getting food poisoning. I was the only one. I don't even remember what I had, but I got back and I was just sick as a dog, dude. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? So the one time I went to Mexico, I got food poisoning. So I got to go back. I got to get, like, we have some pretty authentic places here, but I want to go back and just have like that real experience.
No, man.
Maybe I'll come and visit you.
I'm convinced, and I'm sure I'm wrong with this, but I'm convinced that legit, pure, supposed to be there. Like if you're driving 300 miles into Mexico, that Mexican food is not good. I'm convinced.
Yeah. Yeah, see, we were fairly close to the border.
Right.
Like we were maybe like 45 minutes, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things, right? You want to experience. There's so many things I want to do. I'm pretty sure I've convinced my wife that we're going to take our honeymoon in Jamaica, so I'm really excited about that.
I think food poisoning gets a bad rap. And what I mean by that is it sucks for everyone, but anyone can get it, you know? So you go back to that place the next day and maybe you don't get it.
Well, and that's the thing. And it's like, you know, the family, we're a family of 5 at the time. And it's, you know, I'm the only one that got sick. Nobody else did, right? So it's just, you know, maybe I just got something bad, right?
Sounds like an inside job to me, dude. Definitely.
Yeah, right? They're like, oh,
somebody in your family did it. You need to start looking at the people that are sitting with you.
Yeah, probably my sisters, because I have ADD and I'm an annoying fuck when we've been sitting in a van together for a week and a half. They're like, here, we'll just get him sick and he'll just lay down and shut up.
Backfired. And we got to stop every 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah, and it's going to be stinky in the van. Okay, here's another fun one. Apparently, in Arizona, it's a class. See, I don't believe that in Canada we have distinction of classes of felonies. Like we have more like, I mean, I don't know the judicial system enough to really speak on that. But apparently in Arizona, it's a class 4 felony to cut down a cactus. Did you know that?
No, because depending on maybe what the cactus is, because it's a natural. But they can't all be protected. I know the saguaro cactus is like the official cactus of Arizona, and they are everywhere.
Yeah,
Is that the one you're looking at?
Yeah, they said you can even go. Well, it says you can even go to prison for a year if you're caught cutting down the endangered saguaro cactus.
Yeah, that's a saguaro cactus, spelled really weird. Yeah, that's the one.
Sorry, how do you say it?
Saguaro.
Saguaro. Okay, yeah. So apparently, just keep an eye out, Jay. Don't cut down any of those cactuses because you'll have to go to jail. So I don't want that to happen to you.
Yeah.
So be careful.
Couple things. Number 1, I don't want to go to jail. Number 2, those things are fucking huge, bro. Like they are huge and they weigh a freaking ton, and they will fuck your shit up.
Yeah. Actually, it's so. Obviously, you know what a seagull is, right?
Well, unless there's another,
Shithawk.
unless this is what's that website that you look up shit like a Cleveland steamer.
No,
there's some website that has an entirely new dictionary for everything.
It's trust me. I'm talking about the bird. You don't need to check Urban Dictionary. It's nothing to do with shit and glass tables. I promise. So actually, I was talking to my buddies on an episode earlier about this. How in Canada it's like a $25,000 fine to kill a seagull. Isn't that wild?
It is wild. Those are the things that say mine on Finding Nemo, right?
Yes, and so the reason that is because obviously Canada we're still very tied into the monarchy of the British Empire. Like we have the Queen on our money, Queen appointed representatives in our government. Basically, what happened was when she was crowned as the monarch, her first visit to Canada, obviously she crossed the Atlantic Ocean and they came into like the Maritimes, right? Like Nova Scotia, she probably landed. And the first thing she saw when she came to Canada was seagulls. So they dubbed them the Queen's bird. And now they're a protected bird. Like $25,000 fucking dollars. Are you kidding me? Dude, they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Well, it's Canadian money, so the conversion rate's not too bad.
Oh, Yeah, it'd be less for you, but more for
Hey, you know what? I just thought about this as you were talking about the Queen and this weird seagull 25 grand thing. Is what would that look like on Urban Dictionary? And I think I know. I think on Urban Dictionary, if it were to exist, a seagull is drinking a glass of milk and taking a shit on somebody from the top. I think that's what that means.
Is that? Did you look that up, or did you?
No, I just thought about it. Pretty creative like that.
Oh, that's amazing. Can you? Well, listen. Do you want to take a break and you can just pop that on Urban Dictionary? That's amazing. Yeah, we could come up with sexual crazy shit all day. Welcome back to Seagull Chat.
It's already in there now. Updated. No, that's interesting and crazy though about the seagull thing.
Yeah, it's wild, right? So speaking about animals, actually, too, apparently Arizona state animal is the super cute ringtail cat. Do you know what that is?
No, I thought it was a sun devil.
It's saying here that it's a part of the raccoon family. So I was going to ask you because we have raccoons and skunks and groundhogs and shit all over the place here. So do you know what the ring? Do you know what the ring? Like, do you guys have you seen one of those before?
Yeah, I just saw one on Google. I looked it up, man. That's a cute little animal. I actually would have thought that are you saying, is that the state animal?
Apparently that is the state animal, yes.
I'm surprised it's not the javelina, which is this disgusting kind of like rat pig thing that they
javelina.
Yeah, it's spelled like javelin, javelina, and they're like these little pig-like animals that travel in packs, and they're super aggressive.
Yeah. Now, do you guys have a big problem with the wild hogs down there?
Those are the javelinas.
I'm not talking about.
I don't think so.
I'm not talking about old guys on motorcycles either.
They are their own problem, but no, I don't think we have a problem with javelinas. They kind of stick to themselves. Every once in a while, you see them in the city. You don't really see them around here in the Phoenix area, but you see them, I guess, all over the place down in Tucson. I mean, we have them.
Yeah, okay.
But they're not. I think they're more so down in Tucson.
Okay, cool. So did you know that Arizona has more sunshine than Florida, and Florida's a sunshine state?
I do. I think I've heard that at some point in the last 8 years.
Apparently, you guys have roughly 70% sunny days a year. That is fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's better than I think your area of Toronto, right? You're in Ontario land, and then of course it's better than the Pacific Northwest, where I think they might have like 15% or something crazy, where everyone offs themselves.
Oh, dude, we got like 3 centimeters of snow. Or I guess you don't know what centimeters are, do you? Or
yeah, we know what centimeters are. The Americans. Yeah, I don't think a centimeter isn't metric though, right? Or is it? I mean, it's all metric, right? But we have the SAE, and when we look at, I guess it is metric. I don't fucking know, but I know that there's a thing, right? So we definitely know what a centimeter is.
Yeah, so we got, I mean, fuck, dude, we got like 3 centimeters of snow like 2 weeks ago, and then now it's like a fucking monsoon the last couple of days, just raining like crazy. But yeah, you guys get more sunshine than Florida. They might as well just call it the orange state then. Fuck.
I don't know. I'm still looking at this picture of this ringtail. I'm like, man, this thing is crazy looking.
Is it crazy looking?
Yeah, you ought to Google it up in your spare time if you don't have a laptop sitting in front of you. Everybody listening to Bob Chat, this is Bob Chat with shitty guest host Jhae Pfenning of Hard Parking the Podcast, and he's going to tell you the ringtail is cute. Look it up, ringtail. Add the 2 words together, and you have ringtail. Look it up.
Boom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Look it up. Make it happen. That's pretty much all the interesting Arizona state facts that I have for you. Do you feel like you learned something today, Jay?
I did. Learning corner. The learning. What should we call this? The learning with Bob Chat.
Learning with Bob Chat. Sure.
I have some stuff for you. So we do have a national petrified forest. It's kind of out by the crater.
Okay. And I think that I read something about the petrified, some kind of petrified wood is something to do like with the state whatever. But yeah, what else you got?
I'd argue that the state rock is actually a diamond because all the rich motherfuckers in Scottsdale.
Yeah, or in Havasu Lake or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh, Lake Havasu, yeah. I don't even know if people. I would imagine people live there, but it's such a destination. I can't imagine. It'd be more than like an old mining town or something.
Yeah, or it's people just go there for a nice weekend. Apparently, you guys have a lot of wineries as well too. So that's there might be a winery there or something. Who knows?
As far as food goes, the Sonoran dog is really popular.
Okay.
And it's a hot dog wrapped in bacon, grilled and then you put it on the bun with like all these taco stuff, like refried beans and shit like that spread on there. I'm not a big fan of them because of all the shit on there. Obviously, you could take some stuff off, but that's like a big thing here is a Sonoran dog.
Anything wrapped in bacon, man, sign me up.
Anything wrapped in bacon.
I'm 100% on board.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I'm 100% I'm on board.
I have no more interesting facts about Arizona. I think the unofficial, and this is probably very modern, but in my opinion, not having grown up here, the unofficial drink, at least in this town, is, what's that shit called? Fireball. The unofficial drink is Fireball. And I never really heard of it until we moved here, because, I mean, to me, Hot Damn and Fireball are kind of the same thing, but everyone here fucking buys Fireball, and I think it has to do with their, Arizona State Devils, the Fireball thing. Yeah. Just kind of, the mascot kind of reminds them of ASU or something, but everyone drinks that shit, and it's disgusting.
Well, see, I've never heard of Hot Damn before, but we do have Fireball whiskey here, and see, I don't mind Fireball, and actually, we're talking about camping. Fireball reminds me of camping. I usually get a bottle of it, go camping, put in a little bit of water with some ice, and fucking just sit back and sip on it all day.
No shit. It just has a weird aftertaste to me. So, but
that's why, I put in a bit of water and just on the rocks with like a splash of water, and it's pretty easy drinking at that point. But it's not something I'm going to sit down and say, all right, let's all do shots of Fireball, guys. Like, no.
I don't know anybody who sips or drinks Fireball but you. I think everybody shoots it.
Yeah, see, that's
You can drink it however you want, honestly. Kid. Some people drink amaretto, on the rocks, and most people don't. Weird. They mix it with Coke or something else.
Okay, well, speaking about alcoholic beverages, so the last time that I was on your show, we were talking about smoking meat. Obviously, I have a smoker. Everyone listening knows that. And we kind of just accidentally said something about smoked beer and had a good laugh about it. But so I did a little bit of research. So smoked beer is a thing.
It is a thing, yep.
It is a type of beer with a distinctive smoke flavor imparted by using malted barley dried over an open flame. So, and actually, let's do a little history on smoked beer, if you don't mind.
I'm down.
So dry malt. Yeah, you're down. Okay.
Who fucking doesn't want to hear the history of smoked beer? I mean, come on.
Let's get learnt today. Okay, we're about to get learnt. So drying malt over an open flame in a smoke kiln may impart a smoky character to the malt. This character may carry over to beers brewed with the smoked malt. Prior to the modern era, drying malted barley in direct sunlight was used in addition to drying over flames. Even though a hot air kiln drying a malt using direct heat did not enter widespread usage until the industrial era, the method was known as early as the 1st century BC. Wow. So people have been smoking beer for thousands of years. Also, there have been various methods over the years of preparing cereal grains for brewing, including making beer from bread. So smoked beer was not universal.
I've had beer bread.
Beginning in the 18th, beer bread, right? Oh, dude,
it's pretty good. It's weirdly good.
There used to be a beer that they sell at the LCBO here, which is basically like our provincial liquor store. Like all the liquor stores here are run by the government, right? And it was a banana bread beer, and it was Wells or something. It came out of England, and it was just amazing, dude. Like, I love banana bread, and I haven't been able to find it for a while, but it was so good. Do you like banana bread? Do you like zucchini bread?
I don't think I've ever had zucchini bread. I've had banana bread. I am a fan of banana bread. It is, you're correct. It is absolutely delicious. And so if you can drink the banana bread and a beer at the same time, then it's kind of like a win-win in my opinion.
Well, my grandmother makes zucchini bread that will make you see Jesus, and actually, subsequently enough, she sells it at the church bake sale. So,
well, there you go.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. I'll send you a recipe. So beginning in the 18th century, hot air kiln drying a malt became progressively more common, and by the mid-19th century, it had become the near universal method for drying malted grain. Since the hot air kiln method prevents any smoke from getting in touch with the wet malt, a smoky flavor is not imparted to the grain, nor the subsequent beer. As a result, smoke flavor in beer became less and less common, and eventually disappeared almost entirely from the brewing world. So it went away for a little bit. Due to the popularity of craft beer, though, in recent years, industrially made smoke-flavored malts have become once again available. And so the style has been attempted worldwide, including in the heartland of Franconia and Bamberg, Schleckerla and Spetzel, which I'm assuming are in Germany, using a traditional elaborate way of smoke malting. And the Brewers Association is an American trade group of over 5,400 brewers, suppliers, distributors, craft beer retailers, individually, blah, blah, blah. So they distinguish 3 variations of So they're calling it Bamberg style Rack beer. So it's still, playing to the German roots. They have 3 kinds: Helles, Marzen, and Bock. Each is brewed accordingly to the underlying style, with smoked malts replacing some or all of the mash bill. So that's pretty cool. And there's a whole lot of smoked beer outside of Germany and Poland. So I think it's safe to say that Germany and Poland is sort of the originators of this. But it's in Australia, Belgium, Brazil, and then we've got Canada and America here. So in Canada, Les Trois Mousquetaires. You think I would know how to speak French, but see, French is our a second official language, but there's 38 million people in the Canada has a population of 38 million people, and the one province, Quebec, is the French one, and there's only 8.485 million people in Quebec. So Quebec makes up 8 million out of the 38 million people, right? So most people don't speak French, but everything comes with English and French, right?
Oh, like on bottles and shit?
Dude, everything. You buy a box of cereal, one side's French, one side's English. Anything you buy in this country, one side's French, one side's English. Yeah. And so, dude, your entire life you grab something, you're like, oh, fuck French, flip it over, right? So they started making the smoked beer, and Half Pints Brewing Company, they make a seasonal beer called the Smoketoberfest. That's pretty cool. That's fucking genius marketing right there. And actually there's one in Ontario, in Oakville, which is fairly close to Toronto. They produce one called a Bamberg Castle Smoked Ale. And also Moosehead Breweries, which is an East Coast brewer, they make one as well too. So you know what? And here we got some United States. You might even be able to pick some up. Apparently, Alaskan Brewing Company. I don't know any of these other ones, but Samuel Adams apparently makes a smoked beer as well. So maybe try to find some. Check that shit out.
Yeah, I'm sure I've had like a smoked stout or something before in the past, but
right,
that's some pretty
amazing.
Deep information about smoked beer. And when can we finally admit that it was probably created on accident?
Oh, I think we can 100%
right?
agree. Yeah, like there was probably some guy making his mash up one day, and his brewery started burning down or something.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh well, we didn't lose everything in the fire. Maybe we can try to save this mash. And they're like, oh, it's kind of smoky. Boom,
right.
Smoked beer, you got it.
It's like the Scotch
Right?
have the smoked Scotch. They have the peat, right? The peaty Scotch.
Yes.
And then we have like the super burnt oak shit here, like Jack Daniels. And then now we have smoked beer that came from like the fucking Middle Ages and shit, and it's resurfaced.
Yeah, see, my dad is a big peat guy, and I can't get into it. I'm more of a rye whiskey kind of guy. I always have been. But my grandfather, he loves Scotch. And I've been slowly getting back into it. But I'm not the kind of guy that's going to go out and buy like a super crazy expensive bottle of whiskey, right? So I never really, and Scotch, obviously the more you pay, the better it's going to be, right? You get what you pay for. So when the pandemic happened, are you all right?
Well, it's kind of a weird marketing thing because there's a certain point of return. So a lot of people,
Yes,
at least
exactly.
here, with us Americans, we're better than anyone in the world, and so we know more. So obviously, that 25-year Scotch is going to be so much better than this 12. But actually, it's probably going to be a whole lot more
Of
bitter.
course.
So there's, I think they say that you can get a really good Scotch. Like the price, good for good, the price is different, right? So if you can get a really good Scotch around the $55-$65 range and up, and then here in America you can get a good bourbon within the $30 range. And then with Canadian whiskey, usually if you buy 2 American bourbons, they usually try to give you like a case of Canadian whiskey for free, but most people just donate it to the homeless.
Well, I guess that's better than them drinking mouthwash, or dinner wine.
Yeah, totally.
Fuck. But yeah, so during the pandemic, my grandfather, I was getting groceries from my grandparents, right? So because they're elderly, and my grandpa gave me a list of liquors that he wanted at the liquor store. So I go to the liquor store, and I'm fucking walking around. I can't find this bottle of Scotch anywhere, and I'm like, finally, because I hate to be the guy that has to ask people for stuff, right? I'd rather be able to find it on my own.
You're that guy.
But then I was like, what? I'm an independent guy. What do you?
You're the reason why
sometimes
loss prevention even has a job, because people like you come in, you roam around aisle 3 for 15-20 minutes, and then people start hitting buttons, the camera gets on you, and then all of a sudden you see the same other shoppers every 5 seconds, kind of looking at you, you're the reason.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. At least I'm making a difference in the world.
You are.
But yeah, so I went and asked the guy. I said, hey, listen, I'm looking for this bottle of scotch. Can't find it anywhere. And he's like, oh, that's locked up in the case. I was like, oh, fuck, my grandpa's on some bougie scotch here, man. So yeah, I ended up having to get it out of the case from the guy. And that's, so then I started drinking like the really expensive scotch with my grandpa. And I was like, you know what, this is not bad at all. But again, it's like $200 bottles, right? So it's, that's not something I'm going to go buy for a Friday night, right? Like, hey, let's have a couple drinks tonight. Here, let me bust out my $200 bottle. Like, forget about it. But yeah, it's crazy. What's your favorite kind of beer? I don't know if we talked about this before. We did talk about beer on the first time I was on your show, but I would love to know, like, if somebody said to you, like, you can have one beer and that's it, no other beer, any beer you want, but you have to make the choice right now. What are you picking?
So and that changes over the years, obviously, right? It's going to change like our taste. So my immediate follow-up question is, does it have alcohol in it? And the answer is going to be yes, but because we have these non-alcoholic beers here, right? Now they're fucking have this Heineken commercial where you can drink at work, and they show a bunch of people having a work conference call. Don't relax. It's non-alcoholic. No one's going to drink that shit with alcohol. Then we have O'Doul's too. You guys have that?
That's the Heineken 0.0. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but that's hilarious. That's hilarious that they have commercials. Now you can drink it at work, dude. If I took a non-alcoholic beer to work, people would be like, "What are you doing?"
Totally.
Like, because people would think that, because it's still gonna smell like beer, so people would think that you're just pretending to drink the non-alcoholic beer. Meanwhile, you're actually drinking real beer. He's like, oh, why do you smell like beer? Oh, I was just having a non-alcoholic beer. It's like, bullshit, Terry. You're fucking drunk.
Terry, why can't you stand still? Why are you rocking back and forth? It's not windy inside.
Yeah,
Terry.
Jesus, Terry. But yeah, so what's your go-to? Like, let's 2022, Jay. Modern time.
I would say
right now.
I would say, do you have a nice hazy IPA? Because I'm on this big hazy IPA kick.
A hazy IPA. So is hazy the brand?
Nope, hazy is a style.
Okay, so a hazy IPA. Do you have a specific brand that you would like? See, I'm not a big IPA guy. It's too hoppy for me.
Because you haven't had a good hazy. That's the thing. Like, I used to drink IPAs and then just the hoppiness, and it's like, especially the double IPAs, but the hazy IPAs, well, they're hazy as described, but they're always, most of them have kind of like a slight banana-y, slight fruitiness to them. And so I just taken out. So like Voodoo Ranger hazy IPA is what I have downstairs. But there's, Johnny Utah hazy IPA that I've had, because everybody makes hazy IPAs now here. Almost everybody has one. But yeah,
you have
Voodoo Ranger's really good.
You have 5,400 craft breweries in Arizona, so that's quite a bit.
I have 5,400 craft breweries in Gilbert, Arizona, which is where I live.
That's wild, eh? Oh my God. Yeah, see, and they're popping up everywhere. But I find that a lot of, especially here, like where I live in London, we have about 5 or 6 craft breweries. But craft breweries their bread and butter seems to be IPAs. Like every once in a while they'll make a lager and they'll have like one lager, but then they'll have like a selection of 6 or 7 IPAs, and I'm like, well, I don't like IPAs. It's just too much. Or the triple IPA.
Well, they have the PA, right? The American Pale Ale versus the Indian Pale Ale. But no, here we have I think there's probably quietly 10 in Phoenix, but there's 4 or 5 that everyone knows about, and those are the big ones. And I don't know where Voodoo Ranger's from, but I don't think they're here. I think they're just kind of scattered around the U.S. But they're instantly recognizable because they always use like a skull, like the Mexican Day of the Dead type of deal. So it's the skull, whoever it is, whether they have a fucking flight suit on or they have a sombrero or they have something else. That's all the voodoo stuff.
The Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo.
Which might make sense because it's voodoo, right? So hell, it's probably out of New Orleans.
Yeah. What kind of black magic is this?
Right.
Are you gonna curse me?
But other than that, I like lagers and stuff. I drink pretty much anything, or I drink everything from brown ales to red ales to lagers to another really good one that my wife and I like are Hefeweizens or Hefeweizen. Am I saying it right? Hefs. I just call them Hefs when I order because I can't pronounce them. I was like, let me get that Hef right there. You drink Hefs? Hefeweizens?
What is it? Hefeweizen?
Yeah, Hefeweizen. It's kind of a cloudier, usually. It's a good beer.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah.
See, the thing about the States, and which is awesome, is that there's so much more variety. Right, like you guys have such a wider range of products available than we do, right? I mean, you guys have Total Wines there. I think we maybe talked about this. When we go to Florida, we go to Total Wine, and it's like, dude, I can spend hours in there because there's just so many different beers and craft beers and liquors, and I mean, it just, the choices are endless. Like, you know what I mean? But
let me just grab that for you first. It's a German. It's Hefeweizen is a type of Weiss beer, German for the white beer. Hefeweizen itself translates to yeast wheat. In German, made up of about 50% wheat. It's probably Weiss beers. I said Weiss. Weiss beers are characterized by a strong presence of banana and clove, even vanilla or bubblegum in the aroma and flavor. So they're really good.
That sounds.
Oh, look, I landed on Allagash. So Allagash Winter White is probably my favorite beer, but I can't drink it because I get a really bad Asian flush to it, and then I pass out. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, if I have two Allagash Winter Whites, which I can't get here in Arizona, I would get them when I was up in New Jersey all the time. If I have two of those, I will be so tired I can't drive. Like, I literally have to lay down somewhere and pass out for like an hour, and then I wake up and I'm like, good to go. Super fucking weird.
I need a nap.
Right, I need a nap. Someone find me a nap. I need a place to lay down.
Hurry.
Yeah, dude, it's weird. Amazing. But no, write it Hefeweizen. I would say write it down, but this is your podcast. You can listen to it as many times as you want, up and including my beautiful voice. Any Hefeweizen is really good. And then, in my opinion, a lot of the hazy IPAs kind of remind me of that, but with an IPA kick, but not so much where it's like, oh, it's IPA, this aftertaste. You know?
Yeah, it's so bitter and like, ugh.
Yeah, and I'm not a beer. But, you know more about beer than I do, but I live in America, so we get it all.
You guys have quite the selection though. But we definitely have stronger beer here for sure. That's all of our beers are 5%, right? You guys are like 4%. Some of your light beer, and actually that's what I found in the States is a lot of your beer cans don't specify the alcohol volume.
They should. Unless they're craft beers. I think legally they have to, but a lot of them are, the smallest ones I think are 3.2 beers. And in some states, because each state handles shit differently. So if you go to like the grocery store in Minnesota and you buy a 12 pack of like Miller Lite, which shouldn't be more than like 4% anyway.
Yeah.
All the Miller Lights at that place is like a 3.2 beer, 3.2% alcohol. But like even our seltzers are like 4.7, 5. But most of like the good beers are all alcohol by volume of 5.2 to 7.5. And sometimes you can get like a fucking Dragon Milk Stout from some other brewery, and it's like fucking 13%, and it'll fucking knock you on your ass.
Yeah, the real strong beers. I find here a lot of the European beers, like especially like they come in the glass bottles, the fancy labels. Like a lot of those are like the stronger beers, right? But I think for me, I usually just drink Busch Light. Obviously, I'm a Busch man. But when I'm feeling like I love Heineken in a bottle. Right, and I find that certain beers are better in bottles, certain beers are better in cans. Right? Do you get that?
People say that a lot. I don't. If it's beer, I'm gonna drink it regardless. So I haven't really spent much brain power on it, but I get it, But I think I don't know how much of that is a thing anymore. I understand, back in the day when your fucking cans were lined with probably lead or something, it would be a taste. So if you were to give someone here, I'm convinced, 2 shot glasses filled with the same beer, one from the can, one from the bottle, I don't know if people could really tell you which is which.
Oh, you don't think so?
But I think you could tell if one came out of the draft. So we serve it 3 ways, right? So this is a draft bottle can usually, but I don't know if you can tell. I don't know. To me, I don't care because
it's like, well, why don't we put in the man hours and find out? We'll do the Pepsi beer challenge. Do you remember that? Did you guys? Obviously, you guys had that there, but do you remember that when you go to the grocery store and they'd have the people at the stand outside the grocery store and seeing if you could tell the difference between Coke and Pepsi?
I'm definitely old enough to have remembered that, but I use that reference a lot. And I've used it. Sometimes I use it around people who have no idea what I'm talking about, and it baffles me. But that's why I got kind of quiet when you said,
really?
Yeah, because I'm always like, I'll take the Pepsi challenge anytime over that or that.
Yes,
They're
exactly.
like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
We're not talking about Pepsi.
Yeah, but it's the idea of the challenge. Yeah.
And I think it comes from, it's the same thing. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Fucking serve it to me blindfolded and I'll tell you which is which. That's the Pepsi challenge.
Awesome. But yeah, so I think a Heineken in a bottle is probably my favorite beer to have. It's fire up a nice doobie and get a Heineken going. It's It reminds me of weed. Maybe it's because it's in a green bottle. I don't know.
It can be a little skunky at times, actually. And I drink a lot of Heineken, but I can't drink Heineken's the same way as Allagash, Winter White, where I don't turn red. Because I used to drink it like we'd go watch the game with the fellas, and we'd go to Hooters and order wings and stuff, and I would always drink Heinekens with it. Like I like Heinekens,
Hooters,
but I would go home and just fall asleep for like 20 minutes. And then I wake up and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
So I like it. I like Rolling Rock if I want something that kind of reminds me of Heineken, but is a little lighter. But now there's Heineken Light, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, Rolling Rock's good. I like those belong in the category because Heineken's I think it's kind of heavy a little bit. But like Rolling Rock, Dos Equis, beers like that remind me. They're in that category where if you're just parched, you reach into the fridge, you pull it out, you can drink it when you get done doing yard work, or you can drink it when you're chilling by the pool, type of deal. Yeah, but like I wouldn't grab a hazy IPA and when I'm coming in from fucking hot and thirsty,
Yeah, well, and it's anything that comes in a green bottle, like all the Sakis does, and Rolling Rock too, right?
You like Grolsch?
Maybe that's maybe Grolsch. I love Grolsch. Yeah.
I haven't had Grolsch in forever, and I don't know if I liked it because the bottle was fucking badass with a little top, the little clasp top.
Yep.
But I think I remember drinking Grolsch a lot back in the day.
Grolsch, and then also obviously Stella as well too.
That bitch Stella. Yeah.
Actually, I had a couple Stellas last night. I'm gonna have you know what? I think I'm gonna have a Stella after this. I'm gonna have a nice little afternoon beer because I got the day off. So it's fuck. I love drinking. I knew we were gonna end up talking about booze some way or another.
That's what we do. I posted, a meme the other day from Eastbound and Down, and it was, they say you're an alcoholic if you drink every night. That's why I drink every day, or some shit like that. Or if you drink every day, you're an alcoholic. That's why I only drink at night, or something stupid.
Yeah. Oh, sure. When my babies crawl across the room to get a bottle, it's cute. But when I do it, I need an intervention. Like, give me a break.
Right. 100%.
That's what I always say whenever I make the kids bottles. I'll like grab them a bottle, and then I'll grab a beer out of the fridge. I'll be like, one for you, and one for daddy. Oh, man. Well, listen, I really appreciate you taking some time out of I know you're a busy man, and I appreciate you taking time to come on our little podcast here. We're not quite at the level of the Hard Parking podcast, but we're working on it. That's why we're bringing on celebrity guests such as yourself, try to build the hype. So yeah, do you want to let everybody know where we can find you and give us a little tidbit about the show? Let them know what's up.
First off, if I'm a celebrity, you're definitely in trouble. Yeah. Secondarily, dude, whenever you want me on, I listen to your show, and especially when you get into movies, you guys chop it up. I'm like, yeah, I have an opinion on that. I think I used to text you all the time when I'd be sitting in like the grocery store, like parking lot, waiting for my wife to come out. But now she orders everything. So now if I'm sitting there, I'm waiting for the people to bring the shit out that she ordered. But it's usually one of those things where I'm like, I have an opinion on Indiana Jones. He's a bitch. But no, I appreciate you.
We're definitely have to have another conversation about that.
Yeah, I don't think he's really a bitch. I was just pulling that from left field. But yeah, mine's the Hard Parking the podcast, or Hard Parking Podcast, however you want to spin it. Just look for Hard Parking with Pfenning. And it's everybody don't hang up, it's the non-automotive podcast. And Bob will tell you that, sure, I talk cars a little bit, but it's more about the people behind the cars and what their opinions on this conversation that we had today could have totally been on the Hard Parking, 100%.
Yeah, yes, for sure. Yeah, that's why I love it, because you don't need to be like a car guy or an aficionado to get into it. It's not totally and no pun intended driven towards car people. It's for just for everyday people that want to listen to a good show, hear a great conversation, and actually maybe learn something.
Well, that's nice, man. But here's the deal,
man. Of course.
If this were to have happened on ours, it may have been like, yeah, Bob and I, we met one day at Cars and Coffee, and I said, hey, man, I like your truck. Hey, man, I like your car. Okay, cool. You want to get a beer? Yeah, sure. What do you drink? Oh, I like this beer. I like that beer. Boom, let's talk about beer. And it's like,
yeah, exactly.
We leave the cars in the parking lot because at the end of the day, you're face to face with somebody, or you're on the phone like we are, and that's where the conversation and relationships come.
Yeah, exactly.
God, I wish I could do that, dude. I wish I could write that up. Why don't you tell me what to say, because I need to do like a commercial. Like your listeners, like, hi, my name is Bob Ross, and I like to paint, and you can catch me on the Painting Podcast every Monday from this time to this time, and we will paint it up with some alizarin crimson.
Yeah. Oh, here's a sad little tree. Let's give him a friend. Here's a sad little car. Let's give him a friend.
Yeah, let's be friends together on my podcast. But no, I'm on Instagram at Jhae. I will spell it for you guys, but hopefully it'll be in the show notes. JhaePfenning. You can find Hard Parking everywhere. YouTube page that nobody watches, but you please subscribe. Give me a sympathy subscribe and a sympathy like, and also take care of my man Bob here. If you guys listen to his fucking show and you haven't given him a review on whatever platform, you're not doing him a service. Listening is one thing, but giving a review helps boost him up through the Explore. But don't give him a perfect 5 because no one's a perfect 5. Give him a solid 1.5 to 2 stars because it'll make people wonder wow, why is this so bad? But no, all jokes aside, man, take care of your dude.
Yes, thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. You're a gentleman, a scholar, and a connoisseur of many fine things, and I appreciate you, sir.
All right, thanks, Bob. We'll connect.
Yes, thank you for coming on. Like I said, guys, check out Jay. He's got a great show, and he's a wicked dude. And even if you're not into cars, you're gonna learn something, and you're gonna have a great time. So check that shit out. And you guys know where to follow us as well too. We're basically on all the same places that Jay just mentioned, at Bobchat Podcast. And yeah, tell your motherfucking friends. Let people know Bobchat is out there. Bobchat exists, and my Nana loves Bobchat. Your Nana could love Bobchat. Make it happen. You got any words of wisdom to leave us with today, Jay, or what?
God, all this serious talk, I give you words of wisdom. I have something.
Sure. Yeah.
People, this is deep. People don't always remember what you say, but they do always remember how you made them feel.
Yes. Okay. That's very profound. I like that.
Thanks.
I like that.
I stole it off a podcast I was listening to. Yeah.
Well, I don't remember anything you just said to me, but I
remember that.
I feel good about it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And that. Yeah.
I do. I'll forget in about 10 minutes. That's why we recorded it, so I'll never forget. But yeah, thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate you coming on, and and I definitely want to have you back on again soon too. I was gonna ask you about your Cabo trip because it sounds like you've been living that bougie life lately, and your posts have been looking like you're living the dream. I'm stuck here changing shitty diapers and going to work all the time, so I'm living vicariously through your post, Jay. I just want you to know that.
Hey, we can talk Cabo next time.
All right, brother. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and we'll catch you later.
Later.
I want my podcast in my lady, simple life but not too crazy. I'm slim but I ain't shady, fuck you if you hate me. I'm rocking the mic cause it's Bobchat, baby.